Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm really happy to see you in my video, and today we're going to talk about perfumes that smell luxurious, opulent, expensive, and that are very suitable for fall. And without further ado, let's get started. And the first perfume will be Grand Soir by MFK, and I used to not like this perfume for some reason, but I fell in love this summer. It is such a perfect amber scent. Honestly, I don't think I've tried a better amber scent than this one. This fragrance reminds me of being in a very expensive and upscale type of restaurant. You know, the ambience, it's a very nice, it's candlelit, and the music is just perfect, and you smell this kind of like ambery type of aroma around you, and it's just so good. I would say that the opening of this fragrance might read medicinal to some people, and it certainly was medicinal for me as well, but I would say the more I kind of wore this fragrance, the more I got used to it. But again, even if you get this kind of medicinal opening, do not be afraid of it, because it quickly dissipates and you're left with the most beautiful combination of labdanum, lavender, amber, vanilla, and benzoin. This is such a just a luxurious and opulent type of scent. It's very kind of like gooey and thick and just so luminous and radiant that I absolutely love and adore. It's just perfect for fall and winter, and I think this fragrance is perfectly unisex and is equally good on both men and women. And the next perfume is Oud Satin Mood by MFK as well. And same story, I used to not like this fragrance, but again, I tried it again and I fell in love. And this just goes to show that the more kind of you smell perfumes, the more your taste develops and evolves, the more you're gonna change your opinion on certain scents. So definitely, I think it's worth re-sniffing perfumes that you once did not like. And so Oud Satin Mood for me is the most delicious rose and oud combo on the market. It's the best that I've tried because it just smells luxurious, expensive. It smells like wearing a very nice silk dress underneath a fur coat. You know, if you have ever seen this Slavic aesthetic on TikTok or somewhere else, then you kind of know what picture comes to mind when you see it, and that's what this fragrance smells like. It smells like fall, it smells like winter, it smells like luxury, it smells like just very fine things in life, and I really like it. And oud here is not very overpowering. I would say it's just the right amount to make it like punchy and to make it special, but it's not prominent enough to make it like stinky or heavy to wear. I think this is a really good combo. And also, in addition to rose and oud, there is vanilla, there is amber, there is caramel, and I do pick up caramel, and I think it adds such a cool twist to this perfume that just makes it super addictive, and you just want to smell it again and again. It's like perfect amount of sweetness, perfect amount of woodiness and oudiness, and it's just really nice. And even now, just smelling it out of this bottle, it's such a nice aroma. And you know, and sometimes I just pick it up and I sniff it randomly because I love it so much, and every time I do that, I just want to wear it. And so this was Oud Satin Mood by MFK. And the next perfume is Havana Gold by Dries Van Noten, and I reviewed this fragrance on my channel, and you guys know that it was a love for me from the first sniff. This is a very nice and wearable tobacco scent. In the opening, you do get a very prominent spiciness that's coming from star anise, but it definitely comes down in the dry down, but you can still pick it up. So you have to kind of not mind this spiciness, but it's very, to me, at least to my nose, very wearable and approachable type of spiciness. And as the fragrance starts to dry down, you get a little bit more warmth and spiciness from cinnamon. And then at the start of the show, tobacco comes on the stage, and it stays on stage till till this fragrance disappears. It definitely is a very soft and dry type of tobacco scent, and it's very mellow. I would say it does not lean super masculine. Some might think that tobacco scents are very masculine, but I would argue that Havana Gold is not masculine. It's completely unisex fragrance, and personally I would enjoy wearing it, especially in the colder weather. It reminds me of being in some kind of jazz bar, in maybe some some kind of speakeasy or underground bar somewhere in a large city, and then it's fall or winter, like it's a chilly outside, and you're wearing like a leather coat, a skirt, boots and tights, and you feel slightly edgy in this outfit, but still you feel like yourself and you still feel comfortable in that outfit. And that's what this fragrance reminds me of. It's very, very nice. And if you like tobacco and if you love spices, I feel like the Havana Gold is a must try. And the next fragrance is Vanille Planifolia by Guerlain. And I personally have a 1 milliliter sample of this fragrance, and I do not have a full bottle. Unfortunately, I cannot afford it, but I dream that one day I will have this, and for now I just cherish my sample and only wear it for very, very special days when I just really want to wear it. And so this fragrance is super expensive, as you guys know, but I think there is no alternative for this fragrance. Like, if you love vanilla, then definitely it's worth trying, and maybe it's even worth having because it might be just better than all the other vanillas that I've tried. Of course, it doesn't really replace all the vanillas that I love and have and adore, but it's just such a unique scent that it really is worth trying, in my opinion. And personally, I think that this is not an easy fragrance and that most beginners won't like it. So in case you're a beginner to perfumes, definitely try more approachable vanillas from Guerlain, such as Spirituous Double Vanille and Angelique Noir first before trying Vanille Planifolia, because even me, like a couple years ago, I tried it and I liked it, but it was a bit off-putting. But I tried it again recently because I got a sample and I just fell in love. This is like vanilla, spices and some animalic notes. I would say there's also a bit of amber, but vanilla is the star of the show. Of course, it's slightly spicy, but there's something slightly funky and animalic that, you know, beginners might not like, but I think the animalic notes really is what gives this fragrance such a special feeling, like your skin but better type of feeling. It's hard to describe this fragrance. You have to really try it, and thankfully, you know, it's available at department stores for you to try. You can test it on your skin and definitely put it on your skin and kind of live with this fragrance for a couple hours, couple days, because you have to get whiffs of this fragrance throughout the day to kind of understand the magic of it. It's very special. It's not like the other perfumes. It doesn't smell like certain notes. It just smells like a cloud of like your skin but better type of vanilla. It smells really good. And even my friends who are not into perfume at all, you know, I gave them to try my samples and they tried Vanille Planifolia and they said it smells very elegant, sophisticated and expensive. And you know, they guessed it right, because it is super expensive. And like I've said, I did not tell them anything about this perfume prior to them sniffing it, so they picked up on the quality of the fragrance right away. And this was Vanille Planifolia, and I highly suggest you guys test it as well. And last but not least is Rock the Myrrh by Dries Van Noten. So we have two Dries Van Noten fragrances here, and this fragrance is for the lovers of myrrh. This is very warm, resinous, balsamic, and very kind of golden type of scent. It smells slightly spicy in the opening because there is pink pepper, but then you get lots of myrrh, lots of benzoin. There is also a touch of suede, so it kind of like maybe slightly smoky, but ever so slightly, not so much. And then it's of course sweet as well, because, you know, I feel like myrrh and benzoin really give you this kind of like sweet quality. So if you like very natural sweet fragrances, then try this one. And I would say that you do have to like myrrh to like this fragrance, because this is star of the show. This is the most prominent note, and in the background there is a bit of patchouli, but again, I feel like they're very wearable, very approachable here. But of course, be cautious if you're really sensitive to that note. I think this is also a very elegant, sophisticated type of scent, just super nice for fall and winter when the weather is kind of cold and gloomy, and maybe you need a little pick-me-up, but you don't want anything like overpoweringly sweet or gourmand. You just want like a very natural, like golden, shiny type of sweetness. And this where the Rock the Myrrh comes in. It's also, I would say, comforting, even though it smells expensive, luxurious, opulent, all the qualities that we have discussed in other perfumes as well. It still gives you this kind of like comforting and warm feeling, which is really nice, because not all like expensive smelling perfumes give you this comforting feeling, and I feel like this one does. And this is it. These were my picks for luxurious, opulent, and expensive smelling fall perfumes. I hope that you guys loved my lineup. I only included 5 perfumes in this video because I wanted to choose the best from the best from the best, you know, the ones that really speak to me when I kind of think of these 3 words: luxurious, opulent, and expensive. And I really hope that you liked my picks, and if you have any recommendations or suggestions for me to try fragrances like this, then I will be really waiting for your comments. And if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!